Welcome to I the Show, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything. Anything and everything. Welcome to I the Show. I the Show.
Hello, everybody. We have a little treat for you real quick.
Is it
for our
treat?
First live video broadcast.
It's a valid question.
I'll let them decide.
So
I enjoy it.
this one's an oldie but a goodie.
Yes, an oldie but a
Oh.
goodie.
Here we go.
Okay.
You kids might like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, they're here for your minds. They're here for your soul. Globalists coming to take all your gold. Buy my iodine to protect your soul. Colloidal silver. It's been foretold. We've got all the documents that you're being sold. Globalists coming to put you on hold. Infowars.com to break the mold. The universe dying. It's getting cold. See what they're not telling you on Fox News, CNN, MSNBC is that they're taking all the babies and turning them into adrenochrome. They're mixing it with monoatomic gold. We won't stand for it. You're done! Democrat commies. Liberal zombies. Controlling the masses with indoctrination, chemical toxins, and socialist armies. Vaccines in your blood. Gay frogs in the mud. They're willing to wipe out humanity, society, pull the plug. The industry standard. Lies and deceit. I'm Little Jonesy, Infowars pulling the rug from your feet. Over and over we hear it again. Bill Gates and George Soros being your friend. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the documents. Globalized industry will be the end.
And that was it.
Yeah, just about.
We had a little fun
age
with
well?
that. Yeah. That was it was a good time, guys.
Yeah.
No, I decided we could use that just because we didn't really have a bit ready. I wanted to kind of have one for this first little broadcast.
Yeah.
And I'd never actually put that. I recorded it intentionally as an intro for a podcast, and I never used it because it took us like 4.5 hours to do.
You know what's funny is you can hear the potato mic.
Yeah, that
You
was. I need to
can.
redo that. We need to remaster that.
The remastered edition of
Yeah,
it.
that was just the EP. You know,
That was old school.
I'm gonna rewrite it, restructure it, remaster it. I think because I wanted to do a whole album called Soros Says.
Wow.
Because that was called Globalist Skitcha by Little Jonesy.
Well, and quick shout out to Taylor. Thanks for
Yeah,
watching
Taylor, thank
because
you.
apparently he had a little bit of a Wi-Fi issue, but
Oh,
now
no.
he's fine. He's like, I don't
Did
know
he
if it's
miss-
your eyes. No,
Did
it
he
was,
miss
it
the
was
Jonesy?
I think
That's
he might
okay.
have.
He's
He said
heard
he's
it.
back now, so we're good. We're good.
Awesome.
Yeah. Little Jonesy. Did that age well?
No.
Apparently we're live, but we're also very unstable.
That's an ageless
Isn't-
rap song because
Isn't
it's
that our existential existence?
Yeah.
It is ageless because Soros is still alive.
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know how
now.
well the audio is syncing right now. This could be incredibly bad.
Yeah, we have no way of telling. I wish that we could have some kind of feedback. But you know what?
Hey.
This is our first run.
Taylor's watching it.
We're
He
trying
said,
it.
He said he's got us.
If you can see this in the chat, just let us know.
Oh yeah,
Because man,
Well, you know, we could just pull it up on our phone real quick.
I'm talking to him on Discord and then also on Twitch.
We could do Podception, and I can pull it up on my phone, which is Bluetoothed into the mixing board.
There's no commentary
Because there's always like a 10-second latency or some shit.
well, it's not always that bad. I did slow roll the chat a little bit.
That's probably smart. The
Hey.
whole one person we have in the
Yeah.
chat.
Taylor
You have to
says,
take 5 seconds between your responses. So
Taylor says
sorry.
he can't use Twitch chat, but he said our audio is good. Taylor, you are awesome. Thank you.
Dude,
See, this
thanks,
is good
Taylor.
See, he's on there.
Bruh.
One viewer.
We
I
got to
can
get
s-
you
I
on
can
here
see
one of
that.
these
Yeah, we
days.
need
It
to
but-
get
actually is
Taylor on
listed
here.
as 2.
Oh, okay.
I'm not set up for calls at the moment yet. I have to do an audio check, and I don't want to do that live. So
I think Taylor should just come be on the podcast.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
it'd be cool. Like I said, we're collecting hosts like Pokemon. We're gonna collect them all eventually.
Yeah, we have a fairly large table now.
Joe Rogan
Yeah, we do.
and Joe Rogan will live here one day.
Is that
in
how-
our studio?
I don't know.
Because I'm collecting all of them.
I feel
Tim
like-
Dillon, Tim Cast.
I saw Tom meet
Kyle
someone
Kalinske,
that was
everybody.
like at Tom's level of indifference once, and it was the meeting of the minds without talking. And I sort of wonder what would happen if Tom and Joe Rogan were in the same
Oh
room.
no!
I just would like to think about that for a while. Okay, we're good now. Sorry, that
They're
was
both
just,
meatheads,
yeah, in different ways.
but they're both interested in like cryptids and cool shit.
That's what I mean. It could either be bro Christmas or it could just be like, I don't know.
Probably Joe Rogan's like a real like I gotta hug you and I love you kind of bro.
And Tom doesn't even really know who he is.
And Tom just would be like, just don't touch me.
Yeah, Tom would be like, no.
You smell like Alpha Brain and DMT.
It's all those nootropics or what?
Yeah.
Do you ever
AG1.
wonder how much stuff those people take every day? Like influencers, do they take the product they pimp? I've thought about
I know
that.
Joe does because he owns
Okay.
that Onnit company.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure he owned Onnit just so he could have free supplements.
Oh, cool. Okay. Guys, I don't
But
take supplements.
Other than that, I don't know about the other people. Well, there's that one, what's that meat, the Liver King guy?
Oh. Are we real podcasters because we don't take supplements?
Probably not.
Oh. Are we sad?
Shut it down, guys. Tear her down. We're done.
I do take a multivitamin.
Oh, he saved us.
Oh, Scott, you're
Scott
legit.
saved. Is it
Yeah.
the Flintstones?
No, just it's the generic Winco multivitamin for men under 50. Men under 50.
Oh, you don't take the middle-aged vitamin yet.
It's got
No.
the electrolytes.
I do eat a lot of food I grow. Does that count? It's just
So
I don't know.
something I noticed about that is earlier in the week, I felt way too good for what I felt like I should have. Because for dinner,
sorry.
I had mac and cheese, and I took one of those multivitamins, and then I went to bed.
Are we
and I
talking
woke-
Kraft?
Yeah, the Kraft mac
God.
and cheese, and then and the multivitamin, and then I woke up feeling like strangely good and refreshed. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
There's science behind this. So a lot of people don't realize you're supposed to eat some kind of carbohydrates with the multivitamins.
It does say you should eat it with a meal.
Yeah.
But I always figured that. Well, actually, I didn't.
Well, you
always
need
figure
fat
that.
to process
I
certain
th-
vitamins.
So that actually does make a lot of sense.
Gotta
But
eat it with a steak,
the
which has most of those multivitamins. Sorry.
the thing that I kind of learned recently is, or I thought was the reason I thought they said no, you should have it with a meal was so that as you're eating the meal, it makes sure the pill actually gets down into your stomach, because there's sometimes where you'll take the pill and drink the water and it doesn't actually make it to your stomach. It gets stuck in your throat.
Oh yeah, I hate that.
Okay.
It's those there's particular
Ooh,
capsules that are like
gives me
that.
nightmares
Fair
thinking about
enough.
that.
Those time release, quick release capsules, they get
Blech.
stuck in your throat because of what they're made of. But then there's also the horse pills that are pressed that taste like fucking ass because of all the magnesium or whatever in it. I don't know what the
That's
fuck.
making me feel strangely sick.
And that straight up just gets stuck in there because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a suppository. It's just not labeled clearly.
So, some orifice insert here.
I get scared to swallow those. I'm like, I'm going to legitimately choke on this fucking thing.
Guys, have you ever seen prenatal vitamins?
Oh, yeah, no, those are the
I
worst.
have not, but I have taken the freaking.
They are. They're like Mike and Ike's.
And
They're
they are
so
the
big.
pressed ones.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
yeah, and they
it's like
taste
They're bricks.
they are, and you
Yeah.
have to,
Don't let
and
them
you don't
touch
want
your
to
tongue,
eat
dude.
anything when you have to take those anyways. So it's like I think they think you're already puking, so why not puke some more? I think that's some wisdom behind that.
Yeah, I tried taking the big fish oil pills for a little bit, and then it got stuck, and I'm just like, no, this isn't.
Oh, I remember
happening
when that
anymore.
happened to
And
you.
those are the worst ones because it's fish oil. It's not like they take the flavor of fish
Oh
out of
no,
it.
Barlean's orange cream fish oil is the greatest thing on the planet. You just take it by a spoon; it tastes like orange cream soda.
How?
They remove the fishy smell. It's omega-3s. It's good for you. They also have flax
It's what
and
plants
borage in it.
crave.
It's
Sounds
got-
expensive.
Yeah.
It's $30
It's
a
got the
bottle.
omegas. It's got what plants
It's
crave.
$30 a bottle.
Damn old antimoxidants.
You can take most flavors out of things with reverse osmosis.
Yeah.
I believe is the
Osmosis
technique.
Jones.
Yeah. Chris Rock. He takes the
That was a
flavor.
good movie.
Okay, so Cuz, how are you doing over there? You're
I'm-
videographing.
Yeah,
He's got-
I'm
we gotta-
running. I'm running the video aspect of this now, and I'm also trying to get the chat fixed because
That's
I
okay.
think I turned on a safety feature.
Oh,
And,
no.
And
What?
it's
Misinformation.
What?
And it's no, it's basically it's to prevent people from creating an account and then harassing us.
Oh, yeah, we don't need any of them racial slurs in here, guys. Be careful.
Yeah,
Well,
We'll ban you from the chat.
Are we going to ban Hammer?
Dang
Well,
it.
I
One,
don't
we
wanna ban
don't.
people.
One, we don't have any mods, and two, I think you have to be following us for at least a month in order to chat.
Oh.
And I can adjust that. It's
Yeah,
just, I
we don't
think
need
I can-
chat. Get on the Discord, guys. Screw
Yeah,
this
if-
Twitch chat.
Well, yeah, if you're on the Discord, we might be able to actually see this.
We could probably overlay the Discord chat with an OBS, but we'll play with that at a different
That
time.
sounds like complicated.
Additionally, we're dealing with
not
probably
streaming.
bandwidth issues on top.
Are we
going
going
to
to talk about the
Oh,
couch
man.
the couch saga?
Oh, that's
this
the
Yes.
thing. So this episode
that-
will be titled
Yes.
"The Fridge Supremacy 3."
Yes.
Couch harder? I don't know.
Couch harder?
It was. I think it was lovingly referred to as "fuck your couch."
I thought it was
Yeah,
called
I was going to call it Fuck Your Couch. Pushing Cushions is good.
Pushing Cushions might be it.
Sorry.
So the story.
There's a story.
Okay,
Yeah.
to a quick context, quick preface for people who are new to the show. The one of you that are in here, Taylor, you've been
Yay.
here. We have a furniture motif now throughout
We do.
the podcast on
We do.
accident. So we started with fridge supremacy when Katie got her fancy fridge.
Oh, I love the 1% fridge.
The
Yeah.
thing rocks, by the way.
Good fridge.
It's like the fanciest fridge ever. Probably not even.
No, it's just a good base.
I
It's
mean,
a
Then
good-
Randy got his.
My new couch.
I can't even call it a couch.
It's
It needs a new
it's a couch.
classification. It's a couch.
It's a couch.
Yeah,
What
it's
do you
super.
call
It's
that?
super nice.
It's in prep
It's
for
a
the.
kid.
All of this stuff will be eventually just built into the wall of your pod.
Okay.
So what'll happen is you'll have this pod, but it'll be a flat wall, and you'll just instead of a door, you just push the back wall of your pod open, and everything folds out.
Wasn't that the
into
Fifth
your pod.
Element?
Yeah,
Bruce
kinda.
Yeah,
Willis?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or
like-
alternatively, it'll just be a giant drawer you live in, like they have those in Japan that are bed and breakfasts.
well,
and it's a drawer
was
you
also
pull out.
actually
and you
that
sleep
was that was actually
You live in a dresser.
yeah, like the bed would cycle.
Yeah,
in
Fifth Element, and it would be covered
Oh,
in
yeah,
plastic
yeah,
wrap.
yeah. Those are
Remember?
cool.
It would
It
just
would
Yeah.
refresh your bed.
And
if
we'll
you
have
lived in a
disposable-
pod.
we'll have
I'm just going to
disposable
steal
clothes.
myself in my
Oh,
bed
God.
and kill myself.
And then like the restaurant floated to your house. Remember? That was like DoorDash.
yeah, that was actually really cool.
Well, and then you'll have
Yeah.
disposable clothes like in Idiocracy, where it's like the toilet seat cover dispenser, but it's shirts that come out.
That's 3D printing.
But it'll all be branded like Brondo and shit.
'Cause it's got what
So it'll
plants
be
crave.
like, but Apple shirts will cost like $3,000 for the box of them.
So
Obviously.
now that we've diverted,
Anyway,
yeah. So
I digress.
Randy got a new couch, and then we have to say what Tom did because that's
So-
how the rest of the
I
song.
wish we had a
plays out.
picture of how he loaded it.
I want to actually tell this part of the story. So
Okay, I like story time.
Wednesday, I get the email from the furniture company, and they're like, "Hey, we don't have your phone number because we tried to text you to verify we're going to deliver Friday." Now, my brain immediately went, "No, Friday is not cool. You told me it'd be the 21st. I have yet to prepare anything." So I contact their customer service through my phone, and they're like, "Cool. All we need is your name and your all we need is your name and your phone number." And I'm like, "Cool." So I go online and get my order number.
Yeah.
And then I go to
Order 66.
so I message them and I'm like, "Hey, my name is this, my name's Randy, and here's
Chicka
my
chicka
order
Slim
number.
Shady?
What the problem is you don't have my phone number. That's why I can't send it to you. Here's my phone number. Please update it."
Okay.
And then they update it. I'm like, "Is there anything else we can help you with? I just want to verify you are delivering it on Friday." And they're like, "Yes." I'm like, "Excellent. Have a great day."
Then he
They're
panicked.
and they're like, "Thank you." And then I'm like, "Cool. Now I got to move the old furniture today."
Nice.
So I had people over because it was like the first night I got to spend alone in my house ever, which was
in
awesome.
6 years.
Yeah, in 6 years since I've been
Randy's
Dang,
not
dude.
alone very much.
ever.
Dude.
Yeah. No.
I'm rarely alone.
Just don't bring over a black guy. You know what I mean? Just joking.
The Jackson Pollock couch
So
experience.
as soon as
Sorry.
so I have Tom and Katie over.
Yes, I was there.
Tom's Katie's husband, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my Tom.
The angry pineapple.
Yes.
And he comes in, looks immediately at the living room set and says, "Oh yeah, this will fit in Brady's house. Let's get it outside.
Yeah.
Do you have a tarp?" So I go into the garage, I pull out my this is the part that was funny to me because I pull out this tiny ass tarp and he's like, "What the fuck tarp is this?"
He got so triggered over the tarp.
He was so like, "Why do you have such a tiny fucking tarp?" Just making me feel so inadequate over my tarp
Yeah.
size.
Oh my god.
Tarp
I'm like,
heavy.
and I looked and directly,
Tarp ADM.
I'm looking directly at him. And I'm like, I used it when I was on the truck. It was what I would lay down when I had to put chains on.
Yeah.
Like in that, it was the smallest
a
one.
functional
it was
tarp.
It was the smallest one I could find because I had to keep it in the truck.
Well, he
The
was
$5
And
tarp
as soon
at
as I
Love's.
told him what it was for, he's like, "Oh, that makes sense."
Well, he was tarp shaming you. Tyler and I were lifting the couches
Couches.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
get the Hobbit to lift the couches.
So we get the couches set out.
I'm dying.
We cover them up with the tiny ass tarp, which
It was like
does
a
not cover them at
ill-fitting
all.
Band-Aid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are not covered at all.
But it worked. It was going to be sunny.
Which also they didn't strap it down or anything. They just draped it over it. So
That's
obviously
fine.
the next morning it had blown in between the middle. They're just completely exposed. So
Yeah.
I went back out at like 1 a.m. and tried to adjust it.
Did you really?
I did, and
Oh.
I'm like, fuck this, it'll be fine.
It was fine.
So Tom had basically set up like, "Yeah, we'll be back at 3:30 on Friday to haul this away," and I'm like, "Cool, I'm like, well, the furniture guy's supposed to be here at 2, between 2 and 6. I get a message from them on Friday being like, yeah, we'll be there at 3.
Yeah, because they're never early.
We'll be there between 3 and 7. I'm like, so they shifted in an hour. And then my brain, I'm like, huh. And then I get a message from Karen because she was down in Tri-Cities, on her way back up. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to be home sometime between 3 and 3:30. And I'm like, huh. So in my head, I'm like, what are the odds that everybody's going to show up at the exact same time?
And they did.
100%.
Yeah, they did.
Like,
Always
for
happens,
real.
dude.
That is exactly what happened.
I wish the cable man was as efficient as
and
the
I might-
furniture man.
They showed up. Danny and Ramon, great guys.
Good guys.
They were brothers.
They're bros.
And I'm like, hey, man, just come in through the backyard. That way you don't got to, like go around corners in my house, around my staircase, bang into walls and stuff. And they're like, oh, man, that's super considerate of you. Thank you.
Nice.
So they haul it on my patio. They cut all the stuff off. Then they just bring it in. They set it up. They were in and out in like 10 minutes. So they were wrapping up when Tom shows up.
And then we come in style.
With the heathens.
Isabel and Emmy.
Yeah, they were great because he's just like, there they are. You pick those up, put them on the truck. Let's go. And he comes in, he's like, that's a nice new couch.
Well, and to be fair, I will take a picture of Rufus is currently loaded. Rufus is our big pickup. That I bought the most Idaho-looking vehicle possible, so no one will ever want to steal it. It's covered in Brady's old couches, which I will continue that story later.
Is that going to? Did they figure out what they're going to do with that?
They're pretty excited about putting it in
going
Fort
into
Cankles.
Cankles?
I think the couches are going in Fort Cankles.
Until they sit on it for about 3 hours, and then they're going to burn it with.
Knowing the Bros, they
What's
will
that
probably
shit? My
light it
brain
on
farted.
fire and do some sort of YouTube
Yeah, they're
video.
gonna make a video.
What's that really hot shit that you put on stuff? It's
Magnesium or tannerite.
Not tannerite. That's the boom shit.
Yeah, that's
What's
don't
the really
give 'em
really
ideas.
hot shit that gets it's very incendiary?
Well, magnesium is really incendiary.
my brain just
What do we-
Napalm?
No,
Close.
I do not
that
have
works
any of
from
that.
thermite.
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 Thank you. You can put some.
It was.
thermite
It started with a T. I'm like, I'll
Yeah.
get there. I just have to. I have to roll through it in my brain.
I've got red light syndrome since we're recording video for the first time as an.
If
Yeah.
16
My
to
brain's
18-year-olds in North Idaho have thermite, we're doing something right.
They do.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it's what is it like iron filings and other things you can find
Other
online that
things.
I'm not going to
Other
tell you
things.
about
Hey,
because
kids,
I don't need to
listen
be on a
this.
fucking watch list.
I'm just a lowly chatbot. I can't tell you how to make thermite, but if I had to,
If I had to. Well, after they left with the couches spent the night at my house on the truck.
That's right.
all right.
And then we went to Brady's Saturday, me and Tom and my son
That was
Ian.
fun.
And we went to exchange the couches, which involved the Hawaiian not running over Brady's children, backing up because they were running around and screaming.
Because they're like that.
They are. And then I get out of the truck, and Levi, Brady's toddler, comes up to me with this trident-looking piece of wood, and he's like, I've got the prototype! And he just shoves it in my face. And I'm like, what 3-year-olds know how to say prototype? And then I was like, okay, bro. And then his daughters are just crawling all over it like fire ants on a fresh carcass, you know? And then Tom cuts his finger when we were going through the door, but he thought Brady cut himself, so then there's blood all over Brady's house.
I did. My knuckle
Oh,
got a
yeah,
boo boo.
you got rammed into the because
Where did it go?
trailer doors are not wide.
No, they're not. I'm surprised you actually got it in, which was the only thing
Dude.
that I was worried about, but I knew I was
He
going
has
to be
a
there.
sliding glass
To
door.
be fair, it would have
That's
fit
true.
so much better through the sliding door, but Tom's like, nah, we're gonna fit.
No, Tom's just like when he's on a mission, and then
Because
He likes
literally-
emotional damage a lot.
He does.
So literally,
It
I
damaged
want to
him.
read. I want to read a text
backfired.
exchange. Actually, I
Oh,
want to read the text exchange
Okay.
because
Hey guys, you're getting this live. This
yeah,
is the Eye of the Show
this is
experience.
how it
So-
works.
All right. Other people, they want to talk about true crime and like history shit.
We talk about couches.
Talk about
So, yeah,
fucking
like-
couches.
Yeah.
all right?
So that Wednesday, I had messaged him like, hey, I'm just double checking because this is me and Brady talking. Like, do you want any of the furniture? And then Brady gets back to me at like 8:00 because that was at 10 a.m. And then at like 8 p.m. he's like, sorry, dude, I was really busy when you asked me earlier. Then I forgot to reply. Sounds like Tom is forcing us to take them. Ha
Yeah.
ha ha.
Well, Celine, my wife's like, she messages me while I'm at work, and she's like, I guess we're getting the couches because Tom put a gun to my head.
Yeah, so Tom's response when he came in, he looked at him like, those will fit in Brady's house, and I'm tired of getting poked in the fucking ass by
Okay,
a,
you know,
by a
fit,
spring.
by the way.
you know why that Tom got so triggered by Brady's couches? I watched their child for them so they could go to Leavenworth on their anniversary, and Tom stayed the night with me while we watched Levi, and he didn't sleep on that couch. A spring poked him
Yeah.
in his back the whole night. And so literally the first thing he said is, I said, Tom, they might not want Randy's couches. He's like, fuck their couch. That's literally what he
Yeah.
said. He hates your couch so
And then
much.
then my response was,
Can we
was yes, he is. He really hates your couch.
He really.
Can we pull up the Chappelle skit of the "fuck your couch"?
I mean, I
That's
could.
literally what Tom said.
We don't
He
need to,
hates
I'm
that
just joking.
couch.
I mean, I could, but
And
I'm
then
not going
Ian,
to.
my son is a little bit strong. He grabs Brady's couch by one hand and lifts it. He does, dude.
And it's not the heaviest couch because
Baby
it's
gorilla.
mainly
Baby gorilla it on there.
it's mainly like a
It's a
balsa
frame.
wood frame.
Yeah.
I think it's not even a hardwood frame.
Oh, I didn't tell you what happened to Ian on the way home with the couches.
Oh no.
So he's going up the Athol Hill, right?
Yeah.
He's like, by the way, Mom. And he said, I saw a black thing fly off the back and almost hit the car behind me. One of the legs came off the couch.
Oh shit!
And so Ian had to pull over and he took all the legs off the couch there. And he's like, I put him in Rufus. And then he just drove home. But he almost took out, that couch almost killed someone.
Jesus.
It's like it kept going, the saga of the couch.
It is Idaho though. Nobody secures
This-
their load very well here.
Well, it
No,
was-
well, when they left my neighborhood, he did because he knows there's fucking cops in
No,
it.
Ian strapped it down really good. You watched him at your
They're
house,
the
the
only
old
ones here
couch,
that
but
do
that
that.
apparently the leg was on its last leg, and it decided to take out a car. Well, people
Oh,
shouldn't
yeah, it
follow
was-
too close. That's
Yeah,
all I'm
yeah.
saying. Like the couch.
Hang on.
What's
You
the
guys-
matter?
I'm just gonna do a little bit of leveling here on the
That's
voice.
okay.
Since I'm recording a little louder than normal, I need to possibly change some stuff on
Okay.
here.
Well,
So-
Rufus currently has your old couch set up. I don't know what's going to happen to your old couch. Do you like the new couches? Because you were kind of forced to take them, and I was a little worried about it. Because
No, I love them.
okay,
They're just it's the feng shui. is all
getting it
off
all
now.
organized.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I figure you'll figure it out.
The feng shui.
Wait, you don't like other languages right
I
now.
don't.
Brady
So
was
yeah,
very,
that's another thing. I can go on for a
Very
minute
upset
about
about French last
So-
night.
he already did last night.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not going to go too off on it, but I'll give you guys a little story real quick since
Oh, I love
this is the
stories.
story time podcast. pretty
Oh, and
much,
then I'll
so.
tell you about my story. too.
So let me just finish with the levels here. But anyway, so
See, now we can see you doing it.
Yeah, I can do
video
that.
purposing.
Yeah.
yeah.
I could be like that fake DJ that's all over the news the last couple weeks, where he like got caught just pushing random buttons, and all he did was push play on his laptop.
Oh, but he
So-
looked like he was
Yeah.
faking it.
So now I could be like, real quick. I could be like, which one is it?
Oh,
Like,
I'm glad you picked the most obnoxious thing.
yep. Good job.
I know that you're really proud of this.
no, I was just giving an example. Anyway,
I know you're really proud
Since
of
we're
it.
on video, we could do weird stuff now.
We can.
So anyway,
'Cause we're not
my
weird.
wife, she watches this food history channels on YouTube.
Tasting history?
Yeah, I don't remember which
is that
one
the
it is.
one? Where he goes back and he gives you like the recipes for like old school
Yeah, I
shit?
think that's what it's
Yeah.
called. And
Yeah.
there
My
was
wife
one.
also watches that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There was one for a
I'll
French
watch
onion
that.
soup that it just sounded
Soup
really good.
l'oignon.
And of course, I didn't follow that recipe because I'm like, it was just onions and milk. I was like, I like milk and all, but I kind of want broth too.
Yeah, you kind of want some consomme
So-
in there, which
Because
is
it was an
French
old
word,
school.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was like French Revolution, like back then, right?
Yeah, the
So-
French onion soup one.
Didn't
Yeah.
even have fucking salt and pepper in it. So, but I got inspired. I'm like, I really want to make some French onion soup. That's one I have never tried.
Okay.
And so, I'm going to get the ingredients and the recipe. By the way, ChatGPT, one of its useful functions is recipes. I also didn't use this recipe because I didn't want to go buy white wine. It would not give me a recipe that didn't have wine in it, no matter how I prompted
It's
it.
French food.
Exactly, but I was like, I don't want to go buy a bottle of wine for $9 to just use half a cup. I don't drink, so. And guests weren't coming over till way after that. It would have been nobody's going to drink
We're
white
gonna
wine.
get Brady some cooking sherry with a refill.
That's
Anyway,
very true.
Yeah.
I didn't. So I just looked for another recipe. Anyway, I digress. I was writing down the ingredients, and I hate the French language. They're just like, we could put extra vowels and extra letters in here, as if
So many consonants.
Wheel of Fortune existed then.
Randy
right?
mine's entire names are
So
French.
Gruyere cheese, right? For some reason, I thought it was Gruyere because you have to second guess every R in the French language, right? So in my mind, first of all, this is Swiss cheese. I'm an idiot, right? It's Le Gruyere, isn't it Swiss?
It's okay, Brady.
Right?
It's okay.
But anyway,
we're American. We butcher
It sounds
everything.
French enough, so it's La Gruyere. But I didn't know how to spell it off the top of my head. So
Okay.
I'm making my shopping list. And I write Gooyay. Because I'm like, I'll know if I just see the letter G followed by a bunch of random consonants and vowels
It's
and
phonetic.
an R somewhere,
Yay.
I'll find it, right?
Okay.
And I did, by the way.
No, I'm
But
proud
it's
of
in
you.
my mind, it was Gouye, so I spelled it Gouye. That's
So
phonetically
we
how
knew,
it sounds.
right?
And then I wrote baguettes, Baggit, because I was like, I'm not going to write down the word baguette. I know how it's spelled, but I'm like, I fucking hate that word. So Brigata. But anyway.
There he goes. He's
So
popping off.
Celine looks at the list and she goes, "What the fuck? Let me change that." And I'm like, "Celine, it's a shopping list.
Yeah.
I'm not going to publish a shopping list. I'm not calling Harvard University saying, 'Yo, I got this bitchin' shopping list y'all got to see.' I spelled Gruyere like a motherfucking champion over
Yeah,
here."
that's nice.
Okay?
That's nice.
So I didn't care,
Then he
but
went on
Celine
an
got
epic
so anal
rant.
about it.
Epic rant.
So that's what triggered my epic rant about the French fucking
and
language.
Scott and I got to witness Brady get mad at his dinner.
Oh.
That was nice. And then we both got to witness the
It was a good soup.
anti-French. So what was that? It was just a speech.
Yeah. And it's not French people or culture, just the goddamn spelling.
Well, I keep rolling. Sorry. Oh,
It's okay.
that was my bad.
That's
why.
I was falling off my chair.
Can anybody
It happens.
explain why they put so many random fucking R's everywhere in the French language? Anybody?
No.
I'm so confused with
What's
this.
interesting
It doesn't
about
make sense.
French is French, Italian, and Spanish are all the same structure, and a lot of their words are almost the same. It's
Yeah.
just flavor
Yeah.
text. I think
But
it's
like-
flavor text. Like, we have to be better than
It's
you.
one thing for British people to add extra vowels, like in the word troop, T-R-O-U-P-E. That's stupid, but it could be T-R-O-O-P. I don't
They
care.
do add extra, like the U in armor.
Yeah.
Or color.
That's one thing, though,
Or
because at
neighbor.
least it
Oh,
kind
you are.
of works.
Actually, according to them, it would be that's how
But-
the words are supposed to be.
But when you have the letter R, and I don't care what of the Romance languages it is, the letter R makes you put your teeth together. So if you're not doing that in the word, why the fuck does it have a letter R?
Well, I'm
It's
thinking
the
about
silent
They say,
X's. It's the silent Q's and X's that kill me in French.
They say,
or like s'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît. Like, please, just to say, give me that. It's a
yeah,
huge.
it's a sentence.
It's a big old word. Well, we know you,
Oui.
garçon.
Everything's about going, because it stinks so bad in France back then. Everything was like, "Ugh, I don't want to deal with you. I just want the cigarette to help the smell."
So Brady is obviously not a Francophile.
No.
You know, my name
He's really
literally
not.
is all French, and I'm feeling
So now that
slightly attacked. Thank
now
you.
that my mild racism is,
It's culturalism.
I'm white too. Don't worry. So that's the other thing I wanted to talk about.
Just
Okay.
just shut up, Brady.
yeah.
That's the other thing I wanted to talk about real quick.
We're going to get canceled.
Not racism necessarily, but like
Okay.
there's a lot of different kinds of white people. I just want to point that out to the world, and that's all I'll say.
There's
There's more than one kind of white person
You
too.
can't
can
drop a turd like that and expect us not to look at it.
You
And
guys
you can
go ahead.
And you can definitely
drop
tell
that tip.
because there was a lot of anti-immigration for all different kinds of European people
That's
back in
true.
the day.
But now
You know,
it's condensed
like-
to just white
Yeah.
people bad. Which ones? Which
Um,
white people?
I think-
Russians?
I think
Italians?
all of them. We can be lumped into a group because it's cool.
yeah.
As a white person that's made up of a lot of different, I'm super
There's
mutt.
my
I just-
my stance is there's a
yeah.
lot of different colors of the rainbow, right? Including Dylan Mulvaney.
Oh, you had
He's
to go
on there
there
somewhere.
Wait, where's the bummer bell?
I don't mean to be a bummer. I don't actually have a problem with the guy.
No, I'm not talking about Dylan. I'm talking about we were.
He's
not,
just an algorithm.
Once we like introduced something that was a bummer. We're
Oh
supposed
yeah,
to hit
so
the
that's
bummer bell.
we did. So for quick housekeeping, because Scott wasn't at our meeting,
Oh,
we'll
that's
do that
right.
live. Why not?
Okay.
We're planning on having what's called
yeah,
the bummer
but
bell.
I can't be there because I'm at work.
I know he's
Yeah.
over here contributing to society.
I like being self-employed.
That may change for me in the next couple of weeks too.
Yeah,
Oh.
I like
Wait,
being
where's that
self-employed.
trombone? Oh, I don't have a cue, but yeah.
Shut up,
I did it
Brady.
myself.
By the way, I fixed the Twitch chat, so if you guys want to respond in Twitch chat, you can.
You got who's
But
you
Taylor
got?
can't.
Taylor.
Taylor can't respond. He doesn't have Twitch chat.
can-
He said.
No, nobody had it because of how I had the shield set up. So I turned it off. If you guys want to be terrible to us, you can now.
Okay. Okay.
So when is this going to become I the show instead of Brady's rant?
I don't know.
What do you
Nobody
got?
else is
What,
saying
well, what
shit.
do you got, Scott?
yeah.
we got
what
Scott's
do you
last
got,
go.
Scott?
Yeah.
Okay.
By the
well,
way, I realized something.
He has a notebook.
Oh, cool.
On the Discord server, I had your name spelled with one T in Scott's Thoughts for the longest time, and I kept looking at it, and I'm like, why does
Heavens.
that look wrong?
And
And then I added the second T, and I'm like, my bad.
And
Sorry,
while
I'll
Scott's
fix it.
looking for his stuff, disclaimer: I got mildly concussed at Brady's house
That's
last night,
true.
so I'm a little
It's
bit
part of the
slow.
furniture
If one
story, yeah.
eye goes somewhere else, it's because my left side of my head hurts because I got hit in the head with a fishbowl, a glass one,
Full of dice.
full of dice.
And I think collectively we've all gotten like 8 hours of sleep.
together.
Yeah.
So Scott, if we look a little glazed today, we always look like this, but we have better
Yeah,
excuses.
It's very true.
Right.
Okay, so what is your thoughts?
well, I mean, it's been a while since I brought this up, but the good things, list.
I like good things.
Oh, yeah.
So
cool.
there was recently there was a UK study, and so it had it was a bunch of different like big corporations that did this, and I'm sure like some other moderate sized businesses did it as well. But they did a study on going to a 32-hour work week.
Yeah.
And like over 90% of the businesses were like, okay, yeah, we're going to continue this. And because even though they only went to 32 hours a week, productivity either stayed the same or increased. And so just to clarify this, so they went to 32 hours a week, but they paid like the same. So like nobody lost pay because they lost hours. So,
right.
And so the businesses were like, well, hell, the productivity either remained the same or increased, so it didn't hurt them in any way. And all the workers are like, holy shit, I have a bunch more free time in the week.
So I'm happier.
Yeah, so they're happier. They have more time to do stuff. And some of the workers actually responded like no amount. Now, I'm sure this is exaggeration on their part, but they said no amount of money could get them to go back to a 40-hour work week, which is because it's just so much healthier.
Yeah. And
it's a much healthier work.
And
life
40
balance.
hours was just picked because of the whole. People were working like 16 hours a day.
40 hours for here in America. That was the compromise.
Yeah.
The original bill was to have everyone work 30 hours a week. I believe it was, but then it was so the 40-hour work week came from the FDR and the New Deal era, and they were FDR administration was pushing for, I believe it was the 30-hour work week, but then they compromised with the people that were against that and like, okay, we'll do it 40 hours. But the newspapers at the time were actually saying, well, they implemented the 40-hour work week. Well, soon it'll be down to 30 hours, and maybe in a few decades at most, it'll be down to like a 20-hour work week. But then it just never happened.
Well, as productivity increased because of automation and stuff, it should have shrunk.
It should have, yeah.
Because as someone who I spent 4 years while I was in college in the vet section and the unemployment office and job placement. I can guarantee you, after observing that, people are not working 40 hours a week, even though they're at work.
No.
Yeah.
You get like a good 4 hour, especially office jobs. There's probably a good 4 hours of work done a day in that office. And then the rest of it, you're playing solitaire. That was the old days. Now, like scrolling. They're not working because your brain cannot handle that much deep cognitive work.
What's worse is, I don't know if it's for every call center or not, but I worked at this call center and they wouldn't let you do anything between calls, even if there was hours between calls. You could go through your study material of the customer service stuff.
That's annoying.
That's all they let you do. It's not I couldn't go browse the internet or anything like that. It was so dry. I didn't work there very long. Let's just
and it's just treating people like. But at the same time, they have the people in charge of those people have no problem saying, "Oh, I need leisure. I need to treat myself. I need mental health time." But then if you need it, no, you're low level.
Right.
It's sort of a classism thing.
It is.
It's sad.
That's
again,
as American as
No.
American pie.
I'm just saying that it's good news that it's kind of like the UBI things that we've talked about in the past.
Right.
Like, it's the same thing. There's never a negative. They just don't want you buying that. You know what I mean?
Well, when are the ultra capitalists going to realize that if we have no money, we can't buy their fucking shit, so they can't get any more profits?
I think that's rapidly coming.
Yeah.
Because it's common sense. You'd think they would know that.
I don't think they care.
If they hoard all of the wealth, then we don't have any to spend.
Brady?
Anyway.
We will get the narwhal out.
Yeah.
I will bring it. Narwhal, nope. Okay, so that's positive. You have any other good stuff?
There is. This one was a very interesting one to hear. Apparently, I don't remember. I didn't write down what state it was. I want to say it was. I want to say it was like either Missouri or Mississippi or something like that.
One of the M's.
Yeah, but there is a state where two Republicans are going to prison for corruption under racketeering charges.
Wow.
Oops.
Which is like,
They're actually
holy
gonna put 'em in
shit.
jail?
Yeah.
So like,
That's insane.
yeah, that sets like an amazing precedent because if you can start nailing anyone for for corruption under racketeering charges, then you can put away a lot of corrupt motherfuckers.
Yeah, I think this Trump indictment opened the door for a lot of good.
This happened weeks ago. This was
before then.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so whatever's going on there, something's finally happening to prosecute these fucking assholes. So I'm happy.
Do you think that maybe we'll like
all
overturn
going down.
Citizens United? Because that could be good news.
That would be
I
really
would
good news.
love it
but
if they got rid of that, but that would.
It could happen if people get mad enough.
I
don't think our Supreme Court would.
As a
undo that.
millennial, I'm putting all my hope in Gen Z
Because they don't care.
because they are feral.
They have the
And I am there for it, and I will. If anybody comes for the Gen Z, I am going to stand in the way.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not. I'm.
I love our
had to-
Zoomers.
I mean, we were told everything was our fault and we needed to suck it up and deal with it. They literally had to live with the fallout of it.
Yeah.
Like, I just think about my daughter. She started high school in 2019 and she's graduating this year. Look what she had to go to
Congratulations,
school through.
by the way.
Yeah. By the way.
Well, thanks,
like,
but a lot of kids drop
way to live
out.
through a historic time.
Well, I just think about
At least millennials have experience with that.
yeah, we have all those big events, right?
Oh, that
I feel
9/11.
maybe that's actually why Gen Xers get forgotten so much, is because they didn't really live through
They
like
just
massive cultural milestones.
They were just kind of there.
But yet they did, like the Berlin Wall, the fall of
yeah, but
communism.
Microchips.
millennials lived through that too, though.
Well, we did.
Well, I mean, you two didn't, but
Right.
you know,
we did. Us geriatric millennials
millennial.
did.
Me and the fear the
Funny.
Zennial, bro.
We're exactly 10
we
years-
understand analog and digital technology.
We do. We know both. You know what's funny is we're exactly 10 years apart from our oldest one to the youngest one.
Yeah, it's
and yet
weird.
there's such a huge divergence, even though we're in the same generation.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It is weird. Because there's some stuff like analog things that I understand that was not even a thing because you were so little.
Yeah.
Well, that was so. My mom was recently like cleaning out her garage.
Oh, that's right. This is lit.
So she's getting rid of a lot of like stuff.
As you should do when you get
So
older.
she called me up and she's like, "Hey, I've got this, box, which it was actually a bag, like
Mm-hmm.
a paper bag full of stuff. Do you want it?" And I'm like, "Yes." So I go over and we go through a bunch of stuff, and like mostly it was stuff from when I was in like elementary school that she kept in a filing cabinet, where it was like, "Oh yeah, this is stuff from when you were in kindergarten." I'm like, "Oh, I was so dumb."
No.
But the nicest thing that she put in was years ago she had moved all of our home VHS tapes onto a DVD, and I got a copy of the DVD. So I
that'd be
went
awesome.
home, immediately put it in my DVD player and started watching it. And I'm like, oh man, the 80s when, oh, look at this. That's not safe. Oh, look at that. I'm just eating dirt. Oh, look, I'm outside with no socks or shoes on, in shorts, just running up against gravel.
It's good
like,
for you.
There's pictures of my brother when he's a baby sitting out in the yard just eating grass. Like,
Yeah.
like,
But it
oh
wasn't-
man, the 80s was truly a different time to be alive.
Grass instead of microplastics.
We
Yeah.
sure did go from barely having seatbelts in the 90s to like the safest cars imaginable.
Brady and I were
Real
talking
quick.
about how we rode in cars, remember?
Yeah.
Oh man. Jumping on the front seat.
Oh, Uncle Ron.
Uncle Ron.
geez.
Uncle Ron. He had a 4-door Ford, like stick shift giant pickup, and it had a canopy on it. And my uncle has 7 girls, and they were all under 10 years old when I was in high school. And it had a neoprene, where the back sliding window is? He put a neoprene thing there and then carpeted the whole trunk because he had to, the whole bed of the truck, right?
Yeah.
He carpeted the whole thing. He had to drop these girls off at their mom's over a mountain pass for child support reasons, or they were divorced.
Custody.
Yeah, custody, thank you. And we would be driving on a mountain road of gravel. Like well, at some point in his life, he also drank some. But anyways, he'd be just going like 70 on these washboards and stuff. And we're going in and out of the truck. Just crawling. Sometimes you get thrown against the window and laugh and stuff. And I'm thinking, my God, how did we make it this far?
Yeah, there's a lot of
I don't know.
Like
I've been trying to figure that out.
I mean, there were pictures of like the crib my baby brother was sleeping in at the time, and
Yeah.
just like the crib liners in there, and they're like, "Oh, those are illegal now,"
Yeah.
because so many kids died.
It makes
SIDS
you
or whatever.
wonder-
Yeah.
No, it was they would get caught in between them and the bars, and,
it
they would suffocate.
them.
Right.
But
They classify that as under SIDS
I think
now.
we were
No,
too
they don't.
poor to have that stuff.
But they did when we had Kara anyway, because that's what the doctor was saying. but it probably has changed.
I
by
told
now.
you, I think I reported on that like months ago when they figured that out.
Oh yeah.
The undocumented ones where it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an enzyme, and that's it. There's nothing you could literally do about it. Their body just did not produce an enzyme to wake them up.
It's kind of
Hey,
like
meat
baby
sacks.
pigs. If you don't give them an iron shot at 3 days old, they die at 10
Oh,
days
bummer
old.
bell, bummer bell, bummer bell.
What?
No,
Bring it back
no,
up, guys.
no,
Bring it back up.
Science,
Okay,
science,
no, I got
science.
What it is
Science.
that the science figured it out.
Right.
And now
that's cool.
they're like, hey,
Now they can say
we
babies
can
with
test for the
enzymes.
enzyme to see if your baby's going to
Just
die.
like the pig.
Really
piggies,
on
you give
the
them the
edge here,
shot.
guys.
and then
We're
they
on
give you the
edge.
shot. And then they give you
On
the
the-
shot.
We're coming back in.
We're teetering
Okay,
the edge
okay.
of that bummer bell.
So-
I never
so
finished
we-
saying what that was, but we'll let you finish.
No,
the
go
story.
ahead.
Yeah.
Tell me.
We were gonna
Oh,
implement
yeah.
a new game, but we didn't tell Scott.
Okay, tell
Yeah,
Scott.
so we'll tell him live on the show.
Because
'cause it's
Scott was
fun.
working. Yeah. Like
To properly market this podcast, we need people to want to have fun.
Yeah.
So we're trying to hold ourselves accountable now. We've done a shit job today because we didn't prepare because we had too much video shit to get ready.
I think
Yeah.
we're
So I'm
doing
thinking
good.
the next couple weeks we implement this.
Now
game.
that I have parts of the video setup done, I can actually implement the spinner.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
As
so we
part
have to
of
get
the
it.
video.
We have a couple things to prep to make this work, but I think you'll like the idea, I hope.
It's going to be fun.
Anytime we start talking about bummer shit, somebody rings the bummer bell or whatever.
And the spinner.
And there's a challenge now that goes with this. So if you fucking did the bummer, if you're the dirty, dirty bummy bum or whatever.
Which is mostly Brady.
Which is mostly
which
great.
will mostly be me.
Yeah,
gonna-
it'll mostly be you, and I'll be.
I mean,
yeah,
you're
my
very
orig-
quiet. You're observant.
I'm very quiet, and then when it's something bums like like that, it's just like, hey guys, I can mention something.
Yeah.
Let's come away from that ditch.
But it was-
that's great that you have a list of happy
What
things
was
to talk
what was the
about.
one where it was like
It's like armor for you against this.
you have
but-
to end
Scott Armor.
It was something like you would have to end every phrase or statement with hardy har har.
Yes.
Yeah,
we've
or something.
got all
There's
sorts
little
of
challenges.
Fun things.
Do the rest of the episode as Little Jonesy.
Yeah.
Which will be
Yeah.
my
Well, that,
personal one.
I don't know if
Ladies and
I could.
gentlemen.
I don't know if I could do that for 30
love
minutes.
daffodils.
That would be. I love daffodils.
Hot diggity daffodil.
I don't know if I'd be able to mimic all of his sayings, but I
hard.
can do his voice.
Yeah. It kind of hurts sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah,
don't make
there
me
was
laugh with
we
my
we
concussion,
actually
it
took
hurts.
notes and there was a bunch of stuff we were going to talk
Yeah,
about
we have,
today, but
We're
we
No,
meandered.
it's okay.
We did. It's okay. You know.
We
Well,
meandered
since
a
we're
little bit.
doing video,
And,
it's okay. Our brains are scattered.
I mean, earlier this week, Katie and I were at a hospital,
We were.
Yeah.
which
were.
was which is almost borderline bummer stuff, but
It ended
Careful on
happy.
the bummer.
it ended happy.
AFib adventures, and we had family reunion in the cafeteria.
We did. We had a family reunion.
It's never good to get a lot of Lamberts in the cafeteria.
No,
No?
Your dad was a treat.
Was it a lampoon?
Yeah, my dad.
They gave Ron a wheelchair,
They gave,
Oh, no.
which was super nice.
and
Hey,
then,
I'm Ron Lambert. Welcome to Jackass.
yeah, that was no. He loudly shouted, "Where's my Viagra?" in the middle of the crowded
Yeah.
cafeteria in front of his own mother. He
Yeah.
said, "I should just slap you," and my mom. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
we
that was
kill
before
Brady.
that was before I got there,
and I
too.
was not there either. But apparently, it was pretty lit.
I promise.
Your sister said she spit out her Coke or something.
Yeah, she was drinking. She had a coffee.
or a coffee. That's what it was.
if it's the last
I remember
thing do.
her and Jack went and got coffee, and they came back and like, yeah, and it's like $18 for coffee at the hospital.
Oh, don't buy hospital coffee now.
It was really good.
No,
but
it's
it was
really
super
good. They have
used
an
to be
actual
free.
coffee shop in there. Oh, they have
Yeah.
the free Folgers for the plebes, but they have actual coffee,
But they have
and
like
it was pretty tasty.
Like they have a kiosk
What did
where
they
s-
get?
like
because my
I
coffee
don't
was
know.
like $2.
I don't know what they got, but it was super fucking.
Oh, sorry, I'm
expensive.
yelling.
Oh,
But
no, that's okay.
I have a problem with like
why I'm
spending
an
too much
audio
money
engineer.
on stuff.
But yeah, when they finally got our grandfather up to the room, on the outsides of the room, they actually have like EKG readouts for like every room.
Yeah, you can see everybody's
So,
heart rate and stuff. It's pretty fun.
But I didn't want to do that in the room. So I'm standing out there and I'm watching it, and anytime he moves or stands up, it just goes straight tack, and I'm like, that's not good. Ooh.
His sustained heart rate was bananas.
It was because he would like when he was
Bananas.
resting, just laying in the bed. It was pretty steady down like near like around 100. As soon as he sat up, it shot like to 160, 180, 190.
and then it would
And,
stay up
and
there.
it would like the alarm would go off and go like, you've gone tacky. Like
Ding,
this is bad.
Ding. It kept dinging. But our grandfather is very independent and the worst patient ever. Like when I got there, he was in bed dozing, and he kind of perked up when I woke up. And the nurse comes in and she's like, "You got into bed." And he's like, "Well, hell yeah, I did. I was done using the bathroom." And like he was supposed to have help because he's in tachycardia.
Yeah, we told him when we were getting ready to leave that the nurse had equipped the alarm on his bed so it would detect it if he got out. And we said, like, look, if you get out, it's going to set off the alarms and the nurses are going to come.
Yeah.
Call for help. And he's like, I don't need no fucking help.
He was dressed.
He was-
when they told him he could leave, he was dressed in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, he was ready to
Bro,
go.
take his keys away.
Yeah,
Pops. Well, they stopped his heart and started it again.
yeah, they did a hard reboot.
Oh.
Cardio version.
Did you try unplugging it? Plugging it back
They
in?
did. They did. They turned it off and back on, and it actually worked.
Then if that doesn't work, percussive maintenance may be required.
Yeah, live, damn it.
Oh, I have some good news.
All right.
I was reading about, I didn't mean to interrupt, but there was this guy, he had a heart attack, and it was like 45 minutes till the ambulance got there, and like all these people lined up to do CPR on him,
Wow.
kept him alive, and he lived. Like it was like
Nice.
They did it for like I don't know. It was like 90 minutes or 45 minutes. It was like all these people. They just
conga
traded
lined
off.
it.
They
How
conga
long
lined it.
until smartphones have one Hail Mary left? You can just
That's what those
Battery
machines are
drained.
like.
one
Deep
Hail
tribute.
Mary.
I believe we saw that in like was it Kong versus Godzilla movie?
I have not seen that yet.
Oh,
A movie
I know
you've
what
seen
you're talking about. Oh,
that I've
oh,
not.
I saw clips of the movie.
I have seen it.
I
Thank
have
you very
seen
much.
it too. I have seen it too.
Cinephiles.
Yeah, we like
We're
the
old.
Isn't
guys.
it
I
Hollow
love
Earth, the
movies.
movie?
I'm
Anyway.
never gonna get tired
Wait.
of movies.
Anyway,
That is.
I won't play the full one right
If
now.
I could have the theater, I like going to theater at the odd times, so there's not a lot of people there. Because I love going to the theater. I think
Yeah.
it's because I'm old.
I miss going to theaters. I just have kids, and it's expensive now, and inflation. Fucking bummer, Bell.
Oh.
I'm trying.
No, we're sitting at about 45 minutes.
Oh, we
wrong.
better. We
Well,
better.
I was
wrap
about
this-
to go
okay.
Bummer Bell anyway, so
Okay.
it's
Well,
probably
we
good
don't
to
want to
wrap
end
this
None
up.
of that, Brady.
None of that
You said
bummers.
you were going to say something though. If it was the last thing you would
Oh,
do.
if it was
What
the last
that?
thing I'd do, we're getting your father a podcast.
Oh my God! I don't know. He's only used. Okay.
I mean, we could probably take a setup up there and just give
We
him a
just
microphone.
have to filter the racial slurs, and I think it'll be fun.
No, Dad doesn't use
Does he
those.
not
He
use
says
those?
stuff like bridge to spina bifida.
Well, that's
Remember,
even-
like I
Yeah,
have to say it
that's-
once a week.
kills me every time, dude. Because I always tried to find a way to make fun of that
So,
fucking title. And
Actually,
that's the best one.
What I want to do is, I found it was. So I got those
tiramisu
home
was mine
videos
for a
from
while.
Mom, right?
Yeah.
One of them was when they were all making to send to Tweety, so everybody's there.
Oh my God.
So Ron's there doing
Doing full Ron.
doing Ron Lambert stuff in the 80s.
I have Dad impersonating a King 5 news anchor during a snowstorm.
I'm telling you, we're fucking
Yeah.
getting him a podcast.
Maybe
It's the
we
last
should
thing
just
I do.
go up there and just do it on location with Ron. You guys would like it, but he's not
So,
quite the same Ron now because of the stroke.
In case you guys are wondering, we're trying to monetize the podcast,
Oh,
so
okay.
that
Absolutely.
so that I may fund Tom's Bigfoot hunt show that I've always wanted to do.
Oh, it'd be the best passive aggressive Bigfoot show ever.
That's why you need to get on the Discord and maybe go donate to the buymeacoffee.com/I the show. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We don't have a Patreon yet because
This
we're not.
was-
We haven't really got there.
I don't have any supplements to sell.
I have no idea how the VOD is going to look on this.
Do you guys? Do you want me to send him some
It'll be
potatoes?
bad.
I'm gonna have a lot of potatoes.
I'm hoping.
By the show taters.
Yeah, I think the audio file is being saved directly on the board, and it's just streaming the audio. It's not. We're not transferring files. It's just streaming the audio to the podcast. So as long as everybody can hear us, it's fine. And
Taylor
we may
said he
continue.
could.
Taylor said the audio was fine,
Which-
and I have been tweaking it ever since
So that's
in a good way.
That's where we're at.
Yeah, because
So this has been a new experience for me because I actually have to do this, and maybe next time I'll have a separate monitor and.
And we might
I'll have
have
some-
to go to town to do this because I don't know. Taylor just said that. I hope this one's coming out as a podcast. The Wi-Fi is super unstable.
Oh, it'll be
Yeah,
coming
the
out.
video.
as a
The video is
podcast,
probably.
yeah.
Hopefully, the VOD
have bad
will be
bandwidth here.
okay when
Yeah.
I go back and review it, and it may end up on our YouTube channel.
That might be the best way to do that.
Katie is getting a cell phone tower up the hill.
I am.
Yeah, so that may
Maybe
help
I'll
in the future.
grow horns too.
But,
that's
Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
Become magnetic.
Yeah, I'd like it. I'd like to ascend. Okay, are we
Cool.
good?
So,
You know
everybody who's not listening right now, and everybody who is, get on our Discord. The link is in the description,
Mm-hmm.
I believe. If there is a description,
Yep.
I don't know how.
The well, actually, that's my bad.
We
I
have
need
our
to.
That's
outro.
okay. Randy will
all I have
handle
is the
that.
title. I don't have the description yet. I need to add our link tree and all our literally. I set this up like 5 minutes before we started recording.
Bruh, it was a,
This
it
is
was a
an
process.
experiment.
This was
Yeah.
me like shit. I should have done this earlier this week. I did not think of it.
This was a process, but I think we nailed it down. The test
goal
run was good.
Actually, one last thing.
Okay.
We wanted to do this on YouTube, to be perfectly honest. And I went to the YouTube studio. I'm like, let's go live, and immediately it's like, you have to wait 24 hours because fuck you. And I was pissed. I'm like, you know what? I will set up a goddamn Twitch account because fuck you. And so I did. So we're
what
gonna
is
use
with
Twitch.
that? We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah,
But
you
guys.
I think it's just a verification thing, but that's just me being upset as a video, as the newly crowned video engineer, and me having to do all this.
I like
We
it.
You guys will experience wonderful things, and we will suffer for it. So
Especially because
Yeah.
I'm going to try to
This
do
is the
better at writing down the good news because most of the stuff I'm writing on here is at least like 2 weeks old.
it's okay
Although
if it's old news.
the most recent thing is, final point is now that Bernie is in charge of that one committee thing, he's bringing in all the CEOs and be like, hey, How is it you justify being an asshole to people?
Yeah, he's basically like publicly shaming
Someone's
corporations
gotta
at
do
this
it.
point.
Yeah.
So I
Which,
mean,
I mean, I'm
obviously-
there for it.
Yeah, Senate hearings, not the funnest things to listen to, but it was amazing to hear a Republican join Bernie's side and talk down to Howard Schultz, the Starbucks guy.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you're when the Republican is going like, yeah, you seem to be all proud about paying your people $17 an hour, but as a huge company, that's not really something to be proud of. And it's like, holy shit, dude.
Did I fall into a different simulation? Yeah.
So
People are starting to get it.
But I
That's
think
good news.
that's about
Okay,
it.
yeah.
well, really, really quick. While we are doing our first video thing, we should have done this first. Can you tell we're good at this?
We are.
We're professionals.
Yeah, I think we
Give
are.
us your shellings now. Anyway,
Professionals.
we should probably introduce ourselves really quick, even though it's at the
Oh
end of the
shit!
episode,
Yeah.
So.
God damn it.
We're so used to we've done a podcast now for years.
We're
so-
on episode
Hi.
like 104.
Where were you guys?
We were obviously not in front of a camera.
So I'm Randy.
I've been here the whole time. I have never
Hey,
stopped recording.
I'm going to be the most obvious person. They're going to figure out who I am.
Yeah.
Diversity
You're the
hire.
intro. Yeah,
diversity hire. Yeah.
So I'm
there's
Randy.
That is Randy. This is Brady. Me.
Third person?
Third person.
I'm Katie.
I'm Scott.
And that's
executive
Scott.
That's
producer.
Scott.
Which
Yeah.
it's great that we're doing this at the end of the show, which means you
Yeah.
might remember us better because
Yeah.
nobody tuned in at the beginning of this to
telling
fucking
you.
see who we were.
I'm a genius. I did it on purpose.
Absolutely, we
This
are
was
professionals. I'm going to get us all name tags next time.
Name tags.
Can you
No,
just,
like I can put name
overlay
tags
them?
on.
Yeah.
I can put
Right
name tags and
here.
overlays
Just
on here.
overlay.
Yeah,
them.
Katie.
That's cool. I like overlays.
I do
You
too.
some
They're
cool stuff
fun.
with
There's
that.
some extra
me a
shit that I'm going
different
to have
face.
to do on here. It's going to be fun.
So I hope you guys enjoyed our first test run of a video podcast. If this even makes it out past the live setting,
Thank you, Taylor.
yeah,
the
thank
podcast
you,
part
Taylor.
will.
The
For
podcast
sure.
part will, but
We
the
don't know about the
VOD,
video.
VOD may be completely destroyed.
Taylor.
We don't know.
this is all because of that $5 you donated on Buy Me a Coffee like months ago. We couldn't have done it without you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You're like the Koch brothers to PBS. all right?
Yeah, he is our number one sponsor. We love it.
Yeah, I think I have the option of.
Are you okay?
I just. burped.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
McDonald's.
Fail.
McDonald's.
It's the McDonald's. I have the option of recording, so we may have to actually record these instead of doing them live and then just post them later. So we'll see
Yeah.
about that.
Hey,
But whenever you're ready, Brady, you can take us out.
I'll take
but
us out,
Yeah.
but I'll leave you guys with a question.
Okay.
Obviously.
If I have Medicaid, does that make this a state-sponsored podcast?
Oh my God, he went full PBS on us. Just
No.
come on, Elon, hit the
I
button.
will. I'll leave you guys with that question in mind. Thank you for watching / listening. I'm going to remind you one more time. Please get on the Discord. We're really trying to build a community here for you guys to have fun in.
Yep.
It is
And we're
pretty
having fun.
Yeah, we are.
It'd be good if it was, more than just me posting memes.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
I was
Scott.
responding.
I've been dropping at least one thing a week.
I'm a
there.
troll, so I overwhelm everybody with a massive meme dump once
Yeah,
a
that's
month.
everything.
Oh my
you do.
God, Brady,
It's like,
that one was
eh.
like legendary.
And half of them I've already posted.
Yeah, I pointed that
He
out.
did
They
double
call it massive
postage.
dumps.
Yeah,
Massive
Called
dump.
Brady's
Dumps.
massive dump.
your massive dumps.
So we're having a lot of fun on the Discord, but we'd like
Yeah.
you all to join us.
Absolutely.
All 20, negative 14 of you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Each one of you is special, and we love you.
Well, yeah, we want you to come and have fun with us, and we're going to have a lot of plans for the future for cool stuff to interact with you on the show. Now that we're doing video stuff, so you're here to evolve with us, and I just want to thank you again. So, on that note, bye.
Bye. This was I the Show. Thanks for listening. You know how the internet works, but if you don't, check out our link tree in the description. Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Insta,
China.